Shalom, Akwa, to the brothers and sisters in the audience and the congregation. We're at the House of David, all right? And you can see the House of David on YouTube at YouTube, HODC Uprising. We're on the website also, HODC12.info. Okay, Instagram, we're on Facebook. So you can also catch these classes on social media also. Kun? All right. And so here we are at the Sabbath, the Shabbat, and the Most High teaches us the Shabbat, one of the main high holy days of the Most High. So we're going to go over some scriptures concerning how can you tell America in the Bible. Since America, the name America is not in the Bible, how can you understand that the Bible is talking about America? All right, and what scriptures is that concerning? So we're going to go to Isaiah, the 13th chapter, starting off. And we're going to go with Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and go with some other scriptures, but it's going to also show us that it's talking about America. Okay? It's talking about Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay? And so the Most High is showing us that we're in the last ends, okay, of America. The last end of it. All right? You're at the remnants of the last end of America. And so Isaiah 13, now it's going to show you in Isaiah 13, it's not going to say the word America, so the Bible doesn't say the word America, all right? But we do know by the Spirit of the Most High and Yahushua that it's talking about America. And so brothers and sisters can understand, when we say Yahweh, we're talking about the Most High. When we say Yahushua, all right, we're talking about what the world calls Christ. Okay, but we use the Hebrew, Yahweh and Yahushua. So, Isaiah 13, we'll start from the first verse. Go ahead, Ak.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand.
Okay, now, so it said, lift up a banner upon the high mountain. You're going to start from the beginning again, so we can just break it down. All right, lift up a banner upon the high mountain. Now start from the beginning again.
Isaiah 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see.
So it said the burden of Babylon. And we got to understand that according to the Bible, Babylon, all right, which the word Babylon means confusion, okay, means confusion. Now you had different Babylonian empires. You had an empire, Babylon under Nimrod, understand? You had a Babylonian empire under Hammurabi, all right? You had a Babylonian empire under Nebuchadnezzar, all right? At different points in history, you had different Babylonian empires. Come? And so now, today, you bring up to date, you have America, another Babylonian empire. Right? All the word means is confusion. All right, Babel. It comes from the root word Babel. It means confusion. So now, once you bring it to date, you're talking about another confusion. All right, and the Most High calls this great confusion, great Babylon the Great, great confusion. That's what the Most High calls America today. So it said the burden of Babylon. All right, this is the burden of Babylon. Now, you got to remember, in prophecy, when the Most High is prophesying concerning an empire, let's say concerning an empire, what he does, sometimes the prophecy also sticks, it stays. In other words, it represents also a future empire. So that's why you can read this, and this is talking about ancient Babylon, all right, in Isaiah 13, as well as what? America today. Because the same things are happening. Understand? When you read this, you'll read the same things that happened back in ancient Babylon is happening in America today. Come? All right? So that's how the prophecy of the Most High works. All right? But the scriptures tell you the Most High doesn't change. So his prophecies are the same. Doesn't matter what empire it is, it's the same. Understand? And it continues on until the Most High does away with that particular empire and brings a new prophecy. All right, come? So go ahead, Al.
Isaiah 13 verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain. Now, high mountain. Now, it's not so much talking about a literal mountain. Okay? It's talking about governments. All right? It could be talking about an actual high mountain also. But here it's talking about, it said lift thee up a banner. All right? The banner is what? Is the Bible. So it's like, are you going to go on a high mountain, lift the Bible up? There's nobody there on that high mountain, is there? There's nobody there, right? On a literal high mountain, all right? So what's it talking about? Well, it's saying take the banner and lift it up upon the high mountain, meaning the highest order of government there is in this earth, which is pretty much America, okay? The Roman Catholic Church, America. All right, and you got other different governments that are high mountains also. All right, but America is pretty much one of the highest. So lift up the banner, which is the Bible. Okay, so a banner is something. It could be something. A banner could be like a picture, a large picture. All right, and you're going to show it. So because this Bible is actually a book, and it has prophecy written in it. You're not going to really show it as a picture. You're going to do what? You're going to teach out of it. Okay, you're going to prophesy out of it. So it says lift it up and then show it to the people. This is it here. Right? This is what's going to reign and rule and bring order to society. Understand? This banner here. So he said lift it up upon the high mountain. The high mountain is America. All right? Israel is a high mountain too because you got the devil over there. All right? Which rules Israel, even though it belongs to the true Israelites, so-called Negro, Western Haitian, Puerto Rican, but they're over there now. All right? So Israel, America, the Israeli, the Zionists over there in Israel, and America, and pretty much Britain, and certain countries in Europe, they're the high mountain, lifted up. And pretty much where Esau is at, that's the high mountain. He ruled all governments. Okay? We're talking about Esau now. He ruled all governments. So lift up the banner upon the high mountain. Okay, that's talking about America. Okay, go ahead, Up.
Exalt the voice unto them.
See? So what is the Most High showing Isaiah? Isaiah, take this banner, lift it up upon the high mountain. Now the high mountain back then was what? Babylon. Understand? It was Babylon back then. Okay? But we're going to show you it's also talking about America. All right? Because now we're in modern day Babylon. Okay? So lift up upon the high mountain. Now Isaiah had to do it in his day. He had to lift his banner up in his day also. Understand? And teach out of it. Okay? Now they didn't have the Gospels back then, but they still had the banner. They had the 5 books of Moses. They had that. And of course, the beginnings of the writings of the Old Testament. But Isaiah, being an Old Testament prophet, okay, ultimately the book of Isaiah became part of the Old Testament. Okay, so it was the writing of the Old Testament was beginning. Okay, and so he said, lift up the banner upon the high mountain. Go ahead, read the next part.
Exalt the voice unto them.
And exalt the voice. How do you exalt the voice? The only way you exalt the voice is by using the testimony of the Most High in Yahushua, the Mashiach Yahushua. That's how you lift up the voice. Because that's why the Most High showed Isaiah, you're going to lift up this banner upon the high mountain, and then you're going to speak unto the people concerning the prophecy and what the Most High is going to bring on Babylon. There's a burden upon Babylon now. There's a burden upon Babylon the Great now. Okay? There's a burden upon them. Because that burden upon them is going to bring stress upon them. It's going to bring chaos upon them. It's going to bring destruction upon them. Understand? Because the Most High prophecies have to come. That's the burden. The prophecy is the burden upon them. It has to come to pass, doesn't it? The prophecy has to come to pass. That's the burden upon them. All right? Go ahead, Up.
Continuing, Isaiah 13 verse 2. Shake the hand.
See? shake the hand. So what does the prophecy say? See, whatever the prophecy says, you're gonna lift up the voice upon the high mountain and this banner, and you're gonna shake the hand at them. See? So today you're gonna say, America. See? You broke the commandments. You sinned. You broke the commandments. You're gonna shake the hand. See? Like this. Thus saith the Most High. Understand? And then whatever the prophet said, you broke the commandments. You're going to shake the hand at them. See? And all the sinners thereof in the society. You're shaking the hand. But you're going to bring it out the book. See? You got to bring it out in the name of the Most High Yahushua. Because it has to come. It has to come from that order. Yahweh Bahasham Mashak Yahushua. Has to come in that order. Okay? Go ahead, up.
That they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Yeah, see? So they may go into the gates of their nobles. Come? They may go into the gates. So now, when you shake the hand at them, right, it's like you reprimanding them. Okay, this is what the Most High says. You're reprimanding the people for their sin. And for their wickedness and their evil. You're reprimanding. That's why you're shaking the hand. Thus saith the Most High. See? Understand? For your transgressions, Babylon the Great. See? And so now, and then we're teaching concerning the 12 tribes, that they're liars, they're not Israelites. Understand? They're not the chosen. You're reprimanding them for their lies and their evil and their wickedness and their witchcraft, sorcery, and so on and so forth. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to call up their senator. They're going to call up their congressman. They're going into the gates of their nobles. See, back then, there was no telephones, right? Back then, there was no telephones. There was no social media. So they had to do what? Go into the gates of the nobles. They had to actually literally get up and go into the gates of the nobles and say, look, this prophet named Isaiah, he's telling me I'm committing witchcraft. To them, all they're doing is serving Baal. Right? Today, it's the churches, or Christianity, or the Muslim, or the Buddhist. Understand? Today, it's the religion. Back then, all they were doing was serving Baal and their idol gods. And they thought they were doing the right thing. But here comes prophet Isaiah saying, shaking the hand at them, lifting up the banner, saying, you transgressed. Now that particular individual says, no, I'm only serving my God. You know how to say, my God, right? So they run into the gates of the nobles and say, look, this prophet Isaiah tells me I'm wrong. That I'm wicked. See? That I'm off. Same thing today. When you go out there to speak, you got to shake the hand at them. And tell the people what? Because of their sins and their evil. And you got to tell all people too. But we're talking about the nations out there. And Esau in particular. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Today, what they're going to do? They're going to make a phone call. They don't have to run into the gates. Some of them might go to the UN. Some of them might go to the actual area where the nobles are at. The nobles today are who? The senators. The local congressmen. Politicians. All right? That's who the nobles are today. Who's the governor? Who's the governor? What's his name? Cuomo? Who's the mayor? What's his name? De Blasio. So you call up De Blasio and say, look, these Israelites are on the corner. They're telling me I'm wrong. I can't go to church. The church is not on a Sunday. It's Saturday. They're telling me I'm wrong. I'm not keeping the Sabbath. Can you get them off the corner for us? Can you call the police, get the police to get them off? That's what they do. Go into the gates of the nobles. You understand? And that happened many times to us. Happened many times. Understand? But you got to be diligent and keep at it. See? Diligence. That's why the prophet had to be diligent. The Most High, you got to be diligent. See? Who can prophesy like Noah, who prophesied 100 years? Here you are, 50 years later, you still prophesying. The Most High going to destroy the place with a flood. All you that are wicked, you're going to die in this flood. And that's only 50 years. Now you got another 10, another 20, another 30, another 40, right? Here it is 70 years. You're wicked as hell. The Most High going to destroy this place with a flood. Okay? Here 80 years. You're wicked. The Most High, according to the Bible, destroyed the with a flood. And you got generations in the past, right? Generations of people and then they were born and died in your generation, right? And you still prophesying. A prophet has to be diligent, sincere. You got to be willing to go all the way in this work. Understand? That's why the Most High going to bring, in the reincarnation, He's going to bring prophets like Noah. You know what I'm saying? Noah back. He's going to bring them back. He's going to bring prophets like that back because they were diligent. Okay? And when you read the scriptures about Shem, Methuselah, and of course Enoch, understand all those righteous prophets, the Most High going to bring them back because they went all the way. See, they went all. They didn't hesitate. There was no taking a couple of years off. There was none of that, brother. They went all the way. Okay. So the same thing here. All right. And we in the last days. If you can't stick it out a few more years, what the hell is wrong with you? Understand? When Noah stuck it out over 100 years. See? So you got to understand that. So this is what the people are saying. They're going into the gates of nobles and they're making phone calls. They're hoping the police are able to put us in jail and so forth. But because we're the Most High's prophets, they can, some of us might go to jail, but we're out the next couple of days. Didn't Peter and them go to jail? Yeah. Next couple of days, they were out. What were they doing after that? They went and continued on through earth. See? Jail don't stop a man, right? If you're in that spirit, jail ain't going to stop you. Understand? So you can't let nothing stop you. That's why Paul said shipwreck, not going to stop you. Right? The people trying to belittle him and trying to call him all kinds of names and words, that didn't stop him. Paul was whipped. Did that stop him? No. Paul was stoned. Those stones did that stop him? No. It didn't stop Paul. Understand? So the same thing here. Nothing should really stop you. Okay. Con? Okay, go ahead up.
Isaiah 13 verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones.
See? So now he commanded his sanctified ones. Now when you just read that verse or read that part, if the Most High commanded sanctified ones back then, what makes you think he's not going to command sanctified ones today? See how it links up? The prophecy still continues today. It doesn't stop. The sanctified ones, he's going to command today too. So it's not just talking about back then, it's talking about also today. The sanctified ones are the angels. No, the sanctified, listen, the other way around. The sanctified ones are his prophets. Excuse me. Now read on.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones.
Okay, now those are the angels. Okay. It's the other way around. Right. Sanctified ones are the prophets. Okay. The mighty ones are the angels. Con? So why wouldn't he do that today? Why wouldn't he bring that back today? He just didn't stop right there on the time of Isaiah, on the time of the Babylonian Empire, right? Because the angels are still called for everything. The angels are servants of the Most High. They call to do everything. And his sanctified ones are the ones who are sanctified to prophesy and teach the word of the Most High. Understand? So that's happening today too. The prophets are called, the prophets are here. They're back. And the mighty ones are the angels. You see everything happening, tornadoes, earthquakes, and different things happening throughout the earth, catastrophes. Who's doing all that? The mighty ones. They're called. They're mighty. All right? One angel is 10,000 times stronger than the sun. Yeah, scriptures say one angel. And Most High has billions of angels. If there's 6 billion people on the earth, it makes sense that the Most High would have more angels than people on the earth, right? Because the Most High is running this whole thing, running the planet. And that's how he runs it, through his angels. So there's more angels than people. All right, come. Go ahead, up.
Right.
I have also...
Right, because Most High said, those that fear Most High, he said his angel to encompass those that fear.
Encompass it, right.
So everybody has an angel
right.
that right with the Most High.
That's right there. How about that? And sometimes the Most High said there's 7 eyes that take hold of one man. 7 angels that look upon you. let's say each, especially the ones that are in this truth. So if there's 7 that watch over one man, I mean, so it's got to be angels galore out there in the spiritual world. It's got angels all over the place. See? And then, you know, when you get more mature in the truth, you realize there's angels over every aspect of the earth and the elements and everything. The wind's blowing, and there's an angel over that. Not only one angel, but there's angels over that. Okay? Understand? You got the seas, right? The oceans. Well, there's angels over that. How come the sea can only come to the sand, the seashore, and stop and go back? The angels, they control everything. All right? Everything, every aspect of the earth. The sun and the universe, the sun, the moon, everything. The stars, angels, control everything. Understand? All right, go ahead, Al.
Continuing Isaiah 13, verse 3. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger,
See the angels, go ahead.
even them that rejoice in my highness.
Yeah, how about that? So the Most High say he calls mighty ones for his anger. See? Most High get angry. So did that change? No, the Most High is still angry. Because now we're in Babylon the Great. So that didn't change either. The Most High is angry. So how come the churches don't teach that the Most High gets angry? Because now that shows emotion. The Lord is not emotional. He's not like man. The Lord's angry. And when he's angry, he calls the mighty ones to bring destruction and death and bloodshed. The Lord don't kill. Yes, he does. He'll kill you where you stand. You break the commandment. And another thing, when the Lord kills, the Lord gives the command out, and the angels, they take over. Okay? And then in Yahushua, they take over, and they do the killing. So when you see the black community, and like Chicago is in uproar because of all the deaths, that's Yahushua. He's a killer. They're wicked as hell, brother. They're wicked as hell. That's why the Most High comes. Or a stray bullet hit a nice young little girl just walking to school. Most High. It's the Most High, brother. Understand? Or a woman carrying her baby, and a stray bullet come and hit the baby. Did the baby do anything? Well, yeah, to the Most High, something happened. Baby did something. In the reincarnation or whatever, but the baby did something. Most High deal with you spiritually. He knows who you are in spirit. He knows the spirit that he put in that body, don't he? You could have been wicked as hell, you know, in your form of, in the reincarnation. You could have been wicked as hell. So the Most High gets you now. But we in the flesh, so we start crying and, you know, my baby's dead, you know. But think about the Most High who said, I'm gonna get your fathers in the 3rd and 4th generation, them that sinned against me. So that's why the Most High, you see it. Old, young, little children, it's the Most High. And we look at it as, oh, he stepped off the curb and the car hit him and now he's dead. No, Most High. There are no accidents. Not when it's life and death, there are no accidents. Understand? There's no accidents. The Most High control everything. That was the time the Most High chose for that person to be put to death. And you know when it's a violent death, you know the Most High. That's the Most High. You know, just in Wilmington, Delaware. I live in Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware. Little girl, a woman about 20-something, late 20s, got shot up 5 times. You know, these dudes came with masks on their face, with their guns out, came at the car and sprayed the car. Did they know who was in the car? No, but they were looking for a particular individual. That individual they were looking for got out the car just before they came, went into the house. So when they came, they just figured he's still in the car. They sprayed the whole car. Only she was in the car waiting for him to come out. He's probably some type of drug dealer or something like that. But his innocent girlfriend gets shot up, and he's still living. He's a drug dealer, everything. You know what I'm saying? It should have been him, right? But why did Most High choose her? Why did Most High choose her? She had her own business. She did everything she was so-called supposed to do in this society, right? Get an education, start your own business, get a job. You know, but the Most High.
She was with him.
Yeah. How about that? Or he may get his later. It may not be, it's the time, when the Most High chooses the time, that's the time. He may get his later. But I'm just saying.
Guilty by association.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Sometimes when you don't really care, you take out the one that closest to you get you.
That's right. That's right. But the Most High wanted her. It was meant for her.
Good.
You understand?
Okay.
The Most High had him get out the car and went to the house, but it was meant for her. But everybody's crying, you know, she was so perfect. Yeah. But you don't know the Most High, see? Understand? So you gotta look at that. All I'm saying. He called his mighty ones for his anger. Understand? Go ahead, Al.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
See? The noise of a multitude in the mountains as of a great people. Okay? So now, this noise, this commotion in the mountains, all right, is over what? The prophecy of the banner being on the high mountain, and that banner being brought. See? And the prophecy of what's going to happen. The destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Okay, here ancient Babylon. Now all this commotion is going on. There's the people are wondering how we going to deal with this. What we going to do? What do you think is happening to the UN? The commotion now. How are we going to take over this earth? Globalism. Global New World Order. How are we going to do this? Because we know the Mashiach is coming. See, in their secret rooms in the UN, they're talking about. They're not going to say it publicly, but they're saying, look, the Mashiach is coming, man. What are we going to do? And then the leaders say, okay, globalism. Let's get all the armies together to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels, because they know the mighty ones are coming. They read the scriptures too. Let's build nuclear bombs in outer space and shoot at him when he comes. Let's shoot the Mashiach when he comes. They know he's coming in chariots too. They know that. And when these chariots come, we got the nuclear bombs already out there. Let's shoot at them. Yeah. This is what they go in their secret room to talk about. But they're not going to say it publicly because they don't want to alert you that you're the chosen. Go ahead,
So a preview for a movie that's coming up with Mark Wahlberg. It's an action movie, and in a part of it they said, initiate the hand of God. You just saw a missile just come out of the sky.
Come out of the sky.
I was like, what?
Yeah. How about that? How about that? See?
Crazy.
Because the Most High, and you've seen it in the Terminator movies, those nuclear bombs are going to be unleashed. Right? And the Most High is going to turn it on America. He's going to turn them nuclear bombs on America. And the ones they got up there and the ones they got in the silos, they're all going to be part of the destruction of America. Going to turn it on. See? But they're going to try to shoot Yahweh Shai, but it's, you know, and so forth. But it's not going to work. But it's globalism. See? All other countries are part of it too. All other New World Order countries, Britain, NATO, all right, the European countries, the G20 summit countries, they all got the nuclear bombs up there too. It's a global New World Order. And when they think they see Yahweh Shai, they're going to start pushing buttons. But they don't know that Yahweh Shai eat nuclear bombs for breakfast. You just feed them breakfast. He's hungry. He's a gluttonous man and wine bibber anyway, so he's hungry. Because all it is pure energy, brother. Nuclear bomb, nothing but energy. The angels eat energy for breakfast. Isn't that stupid? They're gonna try to shoot the angels down with their own energy that the Most High gave them. But go to show you, he's a fool. Muslims say he's a fool. Fools up over us. All right. So go ahead, Ak.
Continuing with verse 4. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Yeah, see, the kingdom of nations are gathered together. Okay. Think about the UN, but also think about when the Antichrist comes and bring all these nations, the military of all these nations together. They're coming together. This is in the last days. Right? And they picked the Antichrist. The Antichrist is already being groomed for this leadership position. And all the earth's armies are going to come together under him. That's why they want globalism, the New World Order, the so-called New World Order to work. Okay? It's gonna work. It's gonna work for a short period of time to bring it all together so the prophecy can come to pass. See, it's going to work. All right. Whoever they put up in charge over it, but it's going to work for a short period of time. See? Read that part again.
Like as a great a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
See, globalism, all the kingdoms as one. Ain't that what Nimrod started? See, with the Tower of Babel. See? One government, one world order. Esau today, this is Babylon the Great, he's just trying to continue on what Nimrod started. And he's trying to bring back the actual Nimrod, the actual Antichrist. Nimrod being like one of the first Antichrists. They're trying to bring him back. To what? To be the Antichrist, to be over the Tower of Babel again, to take over his reigns. They're trying to do all that, brother. They're trying to bring it back. Okay? That's why we got to get in order in Yahushua. Understand? Because they're all coming against us. All these kingdoms that he's talking about, it's all coming against Israel. It's all coming against us. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
The Most High of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
See? Who's mustering this host, though?
The Most High of
Most
hosts.
High's, he's mustering it up. Because the Most High, this battle has to take place, doesn't it? Because the banner, which is the Bible, says it has to take place. You can't wish this away. You can't pray for the Most High. Most High, bring peace, not war. You can't do that. Then you're going against the Most High. Don't ask for peace, brother, right now. Don't ask the Most High for peace. Ask the Most High to bring war and bloodshed and destruction. That's what you pray for, especially upon America. That's the only way you're getting out of here. It has to come that way. That's the only way we're going to get out of here. But you can ask the Most High to shield you from it and deliver you and your family from it. That you could ask for. But don't ask the Most High to bring peace to society. He even said, when you say peace, peace, if you say that, then I'm going to bring more destruction. Peace, what you say, brother? I didn't hear that correctly. No, say it one more time. Give me one more time. Say it. And the Most High is going to bring destruction. And the Most High, that's what his desire. His desire, he said, if man shed blood, by man his blood shall be shed. Okay. Understand? Most High, because he desires sacrifices. Most High desires bloodshed. He said, even Abel's blood cried to him from the ground. That means Abel, his spirit, went from his body to the Most High. He was crying. And Abel was saying, look, Lord, it was Cain. Cain did it. Yeah, in the spiritual world. Oh, Yahushua, Cain did it. It was Cain. That's who it was. You cried to the Most High in the spiritual world from your body. And then you're dead now, so your spirit come out of your body. And now you start crying to the Most High. And Abel was crying to the Most High. Who did it? Oh, Cain did it. And the Most High said, Cain? See, the Most High answered Abel, even in death, he answered Abel's prayer. Cain said, what did you do? Cain tried to lie. Most High said, no, Cain. Your brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Good.
And he went straight to the Most High and said, look, Cain did it, Most High. But the Most High had a plan. He had, you know what I'm saying? But still. And Cain was put to death. Read the other histories. Cain was put to death. Okay, he was put to death. But still, Cain had his, sons, and so forth live on. That's why the Most High put the curse on Cain. All right? The curse of leprosy. All right? And then he put also another curse that if anybody find Cain and slayeth him, see, vengeance shall take hold of that person sevenfold. Because this is Cain's time now. See, Cain is in, that vibration of Cain is in rulership. Understand? Through Esau, he's in rulership now. Go out there and slay Edomite, see if you don't have the police all over you. Because you slew a Cain. You slew children of Cain. They all over you. They find you everywhere you go. You try to hide, they find you. Don't they? Because of that prophecy. Anybody who slayeth Cain. And that's going to continue until what? Yahushua come and deliver us out of here. Understand? All right. Go ahead, Al.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Most High, and the weapons of his indignation.
Yeah, see? The weapons of his indignation. See? Weaponry. Most High got a weaponry. He got a weaponry too. He got a Most High got an armor. He got an armory. There's another verse in the Bible to tell you the Most High's armory. It's in there. See, he got weapons too. Sometimes the Most High, he can use his own weapons, or he can use weapons that he had scientists to build. Most High can use what he wants. See? And these nuclear bombs are going to come from where? From the end of heaven. See? They're going to come from the end of heaven. Understand? And the Most High also has his what? He has his thermonuclear bombs too. They're the meteorites. Meteorites are like nuclear bombs when they drop. Now read that again. So that's more so talking about the meteorites. Go ahead.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven,
See?
even the Most High, and the weapons of his indignation,
Yeah, see?
to destroy the whole land.
To destroy the whole land. See, from the end of heaven. So the Most High can destroy it using Esau's, all right, their nuclear bomb that they created, and also he can bring his own weapons, his meteorites from the end of heaven. And when they drop, they have fire and brimstone when they drop too, just like a nuclear bomb. All right? Yeah.
Yeah, precept is Revelation 18:21.
Yeah.
It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone.
Right. Now what is that? Okay, good scripture. So what is that? That's a meteorite. He's not taking up the Esau's nuclear bomb. He's not going to do that. He's taking up one of the Most High's weapons. All right, great millstone. Okay, because that's all a meteorite is a giant stone or mountain. The prophets call it like a giant mountain floating in outer space, coming. That's how they visualize it. Go ahead, up.
And cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down.
Now, who's going to destroy America? Most High. See? So when you say, oh, Russia, the Most High. Say the Most High is going to destroy this place. Great millstone. Okay? And reading history about, there were times, I think it was 1930s, there was a meteorite shower for about 2 hours. They had nothing but meteorites landing in America. But it was a specific area too. Not all of America, but a specific area.
It was in Alaska?
You
think it was in Alaska?
It wasn't in Alaska, it was somewhere. I got to read it again. But it was a meteorite shower. It was 1930s. All right? It's meteorites actually falling. And they were falling like hail into the earth. Read about, all you got to do is look up, Google it, meteorite shower in 1930s. It'll come right up. Yeah. So, what do you think? And that was a small example of what the Most High can do. What do you think he's going to do this time? A great millstone? And then Babylon shall fall into the sea. That means the Most High going to crack this place wide open. See? Okay. Go ahead, up. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
If you found it, read
I
it.
found it. Many explosions have been recorded in Earth's atmosphere that are most valued for the 1930 Kuruka River event. Put it below 1 megaton. Be produced by an 18-meteor object and connected to the December Delta Heritage meteor shower.
Meteor shower.
So in Kuruka River, they had an event that put it just below 1 megaton, which is nuclear.
Nuclear. Come on.
And that was in 1930.
That was 1930. So if the Most High showing you that's a small example with the Most High, even though it's big to us, but it's small to the Most High. He's just letting us know, see, this is what I can do. Right? And you've seen the meteorite that flew over Russia, that hit. So, that was just one little meteor. That was a small one too. Look what it caused, the damage.
He just flexed a little.
Yeah, just flexed a little bit. and a little bit to the Most High, that's like a little tenth of an inch. And look what the Most High can cause. See? So if he bring enough of those in certain parts throughout the earth, that's it. Understand? So that's what's happening. Go ahead, up.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. Hail ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
See, the destruction from the Almighty. See? So we want to make the point that it's coming from the Most High. All right, we want to make the point it's coming from the Most High, even though the Most High may have different countries or whatever. Understand, using these countries to help destroy America and so forth, but ultimately it's coming from the Most High, because he musters the host of the battle. Okay, go ahead up.
Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint,
All hands shall be faint. Go ahead.
and every man's heart shall melt.
See, every man's heart shall melt. So everybody's going to be like, on the same level on that day. There ain't nothing you can do. Rich, poor, that's bad. You a rich man, got money in the bank, so what? When that day comes, you're going to be just like that. Poor man, he going to be poor, but he going to be just like that too. See? Doesn't matter. So your status and position doesn't matter. In this day, it's not going to matter.
Everybody gonna have something in common.
Yeah, everybody. Not going to matter. See? So that's why I can't wait for that day, bro. See? All these old pompous so-called Negroes and, you know what I'm saying, black people and the influential blacks and all that. Nah, you ain't influential no more. See? The Most High showing you that they bringing some of these Hollywood actors and stars down anyway. Cosby is finished. OJ is finished. You know, there's a whole lot of them are finished. They're finished. He's bringing the stars down. Huh?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman finished? Huh?
Yesterday got him the Me Too movement.
The Me Too movement?
Yeah, that's what it is, Me Too.
Yeah. See, all that, they all finished, brothers. The rap stars finished. Biggie, Tupac, gone. See? Those were the biggest stars. And the Most High said, I ain't going to have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Bringing them down. See? It means nothing. See, in that day, you're all the same. See, that's why you return back to the Most High with all your heart, all your soul and spirit. He could deliver you from that. All right, go ahead, up.
Verse 8. And they shall be afraid.
Yeah, they're going to be afraid. See, fear. They're going to be afraid. Go ahead.
Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. See, that's what's going to happen in America. So it's showing you from ancient Babylon, you will bring it all the way up to date. Same thing going to happen. See, what's the difference? You're in Babylon the Great. There's no difference. The same prophecy applies here too. See, it applies. You can't say it don't apply. What happens back then, it ain't going to happen now. You can't say that. See, prophecy evolves to the next level. You understand? That's how the Most High worded it. It evolves. All right. Whatever empire is ruling, that prophecy can apply to that empire. Okay, go ahead, up.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another.
Yeah, so that's when the Most High begins, especially during the tribulation period. A woman about to have in labor pains, about to bring forth the child, the pains get intense. So today, that's what's happening now. The pains are getting intense. One right after another, one right after another. Okay? Earthquakes, famines, and pestilence in diverse places. It increases. It increases. All over the earth. See? And you know how many earthquakes there was today? I don't know, but there was some. You know how many hurricanes there was today? I don't know, but there was some. Esau's not reporting all that. No, how many people got killed today? You don't know, but somebody got put to death. There's bloodshed somewhere in the earth. All over the earth, brother. The Most High continues work. You may fall asleep, but the Most High continue. Understand? The prophecies continue. See? And all you got to do, you want to know how many earthquakes? Google it. There's probably thousands of earthquakes all over the earth. Because it's increasing. Esau report the big ones, but the small ones, like 5-something on the Richter scale, they don't report that no more. The big ones, you know, big stuff they report. But it's the little stuff that causes See, because a woman can tell you when she's in labor pains, those little pains. You know, the big ones, she may be able to deal with that. But it's the little ones that increases and get more and more painful as it goes, right?
Right.
So the same thing is happening now. Go ahead, up.
Their faces shall be as flames.
Yeah, say their faces shall be as flame. Terror. Terrified. Eyes are big. Showing all kinds of fear, emotion. Flames. And you know Esau's already red and hairy. So you know, if he look like, you know, on that day, when he's terrified, he's going to be more red and hairy like a flame. He's going to be on fire. Like a flame, see? So there you go. Go ahead, up.
Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger.
See? Wrath, see? And fierce anger. See, read it, when you read it like that in your mind. See? Put spirit to it. Now you know how the Most High is coming. Fierce. Angry. See? Fast and furious. They got the movie, Fast and Furious. That's how the Most High is. Fast, furious, anger. See? So when the Most High comes that, his prophecy doesn't return back void. So when he comes, he's going to kill somebody. See? Most High is a killer. He's going to kill somebody. In righteousness, he's a killer. So when he comes, somebody's going to be a sacrifice somewhere. Even in Egypt, when the Most High brought the plagues, even the poor animals got the brunt of the Most High's fury. Wild animals. See? Fast and furious. Understand? That's how the Most High works. He even get all the animals too. See? Go ahead, up.
To lay the land desolate.
Desolate, desolation. America shall be completely desolate. Babylon the Great, completely desolate. Will never be inhabited ever again. Nothing here. Because why? In their minds, in the people's minds, America can't be brought down.
Right.
For the same reason, I have raised thee up, Pharaoh, that I may destroy thee. See, pour out my power upon thee. So this is modern day Pharaoh. I'm going to show you that too. This is modern day Egypt, modern day Pharaoh. He raised up America just so they would think it can't be brought down. The greatest military the planet has ever seen. No way. Nothing can bring this down. See, the Most High like a challenge like that. That's a challenge that the Most High. Wow, I like this. See, it's beyond my expectations. What I created, I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I like it. I like this. Yeah, think about that. See? So it's a challenge, brother. Okay? And so that's why you got to measure up to that challenge too. Right? Stay diligent and faithful. You got to measure up to it. All right? Because it's coming. Go ahead, up.
And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
See, there you go, see? He told Isaiah, shake the hand. And he shook the hand and said, this is what the Most High said. I'm going to destroy the sinners out of Babylon. I'm going to destroy the sinners. And when he shook the hand, they didn't like it, so they ran to the gates of the nobles. Back then, it was the actual gates that they go into to talk to the nobles. And then they would tell the nobles, this prophet, I don't know what his name is, Isaiah? He's telling us we're going to be destroyed. This land going to be desolate. Can you do something about it, please? Send that nigga to jail. Okay, what can you do about it? See, that's what they were asking. So you don't think Esau called the congressman, the local congressman today? Same thing. Look, there's people, they call themselves Israelites. They're on the Fulton and White. Sometimes they go to Jamaica, Queens, and sometimes they over there at the train station teaching. Mr. de Blasio, Mayor, can you do something about it? Can you get them off the corner, please? Oh yeah, they call him. But de Blasio can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because their law says you got freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And as long as you're not, trying to kill somebody and so forth, they can't do nothing about it. Until they get the Antichrist risen up and they do away with their constitution, which they're going to do.
Congress already trying to ban the Bible.
They're already trying to ban the Bible. Then it's going to be a famine of the word, the scriptures say. Oh, so you know that's coming. This is eventually going to come. They're going to stop us from teaching. You know that's going to come.
Yeah.
But when that happens, you know we in the end, brother. We're close to the end. Get yourself prepared. See? Go ahead, up. Yeah, real quick.
Would you say when that happens, when they get us off the street, so to speak, the grace period would be over? Like if you ain't got it by then, you just ain't gonna get it.
No, because the Most High did say, 2/3 will be destroyed, but 1/3, we don't know who that is. We don't know who. He said one from his, 2 from every city, 1 from a house, and so forth. We don't know who that is. So you can't say it's just over then.
So it's not over till your house right.
That's it. It's not over till the Mashiach.
I want him.
Yeah.
And blah, blah,
It's not over till the Mashiach comes. There are people here, there are women who are pregnant now. You don't know what kind of baby she got in her. That could be a prophet. That could be, that could be Elijah or Elisha or somebody. You don't know who that is. See? When we delivered out of here, the woman gonna be pregnant, having babies and stuff. You don't know who that baby is. So you can't say it's over until the Yahushua come, and really until we're back in Mount Zion, Israel, Jerusalem.
So
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to repent
Yeah.
until he comes.
You have the
But
opportunity to repent,
the problem
even
is, you
when
don't
we
know
get
he's
delivered
coming.
out of here. Everybody's not gonna be right, but some they're gonna be delivered anyway. When we get over there in the wilderness, and in the wilderness when he purged, remember the great purge? Then you're gonna have to get right. See? So you still have an opportunity, even though when you deliver out, you still have an opportunity. But why are you gonna wait? Because you don't know if you're gonna be caught up in this destruction in America. You don't know. See? Well, since he said that, I'm gonna wait till I get over there in Israel. Till I get the wilderness. I'm gonna wait till I get right then. See? Don't do that, brother. You don't. Don't do that. You don't do that. Yeah.
That also goes into the 10 virgins.
Yeah.
Because 5 gonna be wise, but the other 5 foolish, they're gonna still have a chance to go back.
Go
But
back.
they're gonna have to go
Yes.
back through the great tribulation.
How about that? Yeah. You understand? You'll still have a chance, but see, out of foolishness, now you gotta try to go back. You know what I'm saying? And repent when you should have been like the 5 that were wise. Understand? So why do that, brother? Why sit there and wait? But a lot of our people are gonna make that decision where they're gonna try to wait it out. That's a dangerous game to play.
Elder, I don't know if you heard about Canada.
Uh-huh.
They successfully banned the Bible in Canada.
Yeah, I did hear that. Actually, yes, I did hear that.
Say that again?
They successfully banned the Bible in Canada.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So what do people do in the churches?
Wow.
No Bible.
That's crazy.
And the preachers love that. They don't teach the Bible nowhere. Right? Watch when they do it in America. Them pork chop eating preachers, they're going to love that because they don't teach the Bible nowhere. So now they're going to be free from teaching the Bible. All they're going to do is just talk to the people, deceive the people. See? Them that have itchy ears, right, the scripture say?
Done, done.
They all motivation.
Leading silly women into houses. See, teaching things that should not be taught. That's what's going to happen. So when that happens, know that we're in the end. So it started there, you know it's going to creep its way down into America. Okay, go ahead, Al.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Right, see, the stars of heaven, constellations thereof. Why? Because of the destruction. It's going to cover what? The atmosphere, the sky, you're not going to see, understand? And the Most High, he could also have in the constellation, like you know, of the what they call it, eclipses. And so different things like that are going to happen. All right? And you've already had blood moons. You've already had eclipses. Right? These things are signs in the heavens the Most High is going to bring destruction.
Volcano.
Yeah, the volcano. You know, is Hawaii still there? You know. The Most High can take out Hawaii. Why can't take it out? Slowly but surely. That lava is just creeping up on everybody.
Done.
Slowly but surely. Yeah.
That means they live in the darkness,
Yeah.
because the ash is under the sun.
Yeah. Because of the ash, the destruction is going to cover the sky, the sun, and so forth, and make it dark. Constellation, you're not going to be able to look up in the sky. That's how much destruction it's going to be.
Air's toxic.
Yeah, understand? But if the Most High literally want to make the stars and the moon and stuff dark for a little while, he can do that too. See? But go ahead, Up.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
See? The moon should not cause her light to shine. when the new moon comes, it's dark, isn't it?
Come.
So if the Most High, when it can make it dark a little bit longer, he can do that too. See? Understand? And remember during the time of Joshua, the sundial, Most High kept the sundial back. All right? The sundial, back then they used sundials. All right? And it stayed day for a little bit longer so that Israel could win the war that they were fighting against the Canaanites and so forth. And the Most High kept that sundial, kept the sun from moving, understand? From moving in its course, and kept it back a little bit, and it stayed daylight a little bit longer. So the Most High can do different things, see? Whatever he wants to do. See? So the Most High is showing his power. And as we get closer to the end, the more the Most High going to show his power. The closer we get, the more he's going to show his power. Understand? Because the people in their minds, especially those atheists out so far, there ain't no Most High. And the Most High is showing his power a little bit more. So as Esau is about to come down, the Most High is going to show more power. More and more power. Okay? And that's what he said. Pharaoh, I raised thee up to show what? To show his power. That nobody really knows the Most High, how powerful the Most High is. They think Esau is running everything. They think the white man. They think Trump. Trump is an idiot. Trump ain't running nothing. He's an idiot. They just put him in office because they know he's going to do exactly what he's doing, cause confusion. That's why they put him there. Trump don't know anything. He don't know nothing about government, politics. He knows nothing. He didn't know he was the president over the Virgin Islands. Right. You know? Trump, you the president over the Virgin Islands. Shh. He didn't know. They didn't tell him. But he's an idiot. Understand? So this is what you're dealing with. Okay, go ahead, Up.
Verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil.
Yeah, punish the world, see, for their evil. So world is what? The world could be a secular type of society. So now, that back then, during the time of Isaiah, it was Babylon, see, the burden of Babylon, that world. But now you bring it to date, now you're talking about America, this world. Okay, and biblically America is Babylon the Great. Come? See? So he's going to punish, he punished that world for the evil, now he's going to punish this world for the evil. Same thing. That's how you know it's talking about America too. Go ahead.
And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
How about that, see? You're going to make a man more precious than fine gold. That's you. You're the fine gold of the Most High. You're his precious jewels, scriptures say. See? And the enemy and other nations, they know it. That's why they're using you for body parts and such and such. All right? Taking your liver out, taking your kidneys out. Don't be an organ donor. As good as dead. I'm serious. Because when you're an organ donor, they got to log that, and now the government knows. So when a top noble eater might want a heart, who do you think they're coming after? Who do you think they're coming after? They're coming after you. You said you're an organ donor. They're coming after you. And next thing you know, we're going to hear you in the 6 o'clock news saying you got hit by a car. Or did you really get hit by a car? Did someone run you over? For your heart and your lungs and your kidneys. Don't be an organ donor. Don't do that, brother. And don't be a blood donor either. Don't do that either. See? That's evil. Taking your blood and giving it to somebody else. Understand? Now I know people, I'm going to donate a kidney to, well, that's really evil too. But I had to save his life. Well, I know. But really, that's evil, man. Imagine you going to King David saying, David, I need a kidney. David would chop your head off. He don't care who you are. You were his son. He would chop your head right off. Because that's like witchcraft. You give somebody else organs that the Most High, you know what I'm saying, created you with, and you're going to get, cut. Plus, they didn't cut you open back then to operate on you back then. They didn't do that. They didn't know what? An operation? No. What do you mean, operation? You mean to cut me open? No, they didn't do that. It's witchcraft. To them, it's witchcraft. It's evil. And then now somebody's walking around with your body part. You know how evil that is? With your hand on your arm.
Nice.
Brother, that's my hand you got. It's evil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because your spirit is now, part of your spirit is in that hand. Understand? That's evil. That's witchcraft. That's demonic technology. Demonism. You know, the cloning and all that is demonic. Wicked as hell. Because demons take over them clones. There's no spirit. You think the Most High going to put a spirit in there? In those bodies? Those cloned bodies? Most High don't put a righteous spirit from the heavens in a cloned body. So how are those clones able to move around and talk and speak? Well, something else is in there. Demon from hell. Understand? Same thing with these pigs and lambs and goats they clone. See? That's not from the Most High. That's a demon in those pigs and goats and stuff. Oh yeah, demons can take over animals too. Scripture tell you that. They can take over animals too. See? So imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Your body part on somebody else. David would never have that. Okay? Yeah.
Now they really into this, I think it's called artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Exactly. Artificial intelligence. That's what it is. Oh, they transplant heads and everything.
Yeah,
It's
they do.
evil. You know what I'm saying? It's evil. You know what I'm saying? Eyes. You seen that movie Get Out. Your eyes. Right? That movie Get Out, he wanted his eyes. Or they want your whole body. They're going to put their spirit in your body. They're trying all this type of stuff. Right? You know? Next thing you know, you thought your cousin or somebody, you know, passed away, and next thing you know, you look down the street and there he is. It's evil, ain't it? Bro, hey, didn't you die a couple weeks ago? Didn't I see you in the casket? Somebody walking around, you know what I'm saying? It's evil. So, this is what you have. Okay? Go ahead, Op.
Isaiah 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
So you're going to be precious. All right? So the black man, West Indian and Haitian, you're going to be precious. Okay? To the Most High, you're precious. But you have to go through this trials and tribulation period. All right? The time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? You're precious because you're going to rule the earth next. You got to be right. The Most High just can't have anybody running this earth. Can't just have, you know, these niggas who are faggots and lesbians and all people, you know, Most High just can't have that. Pants hanging down, and you know what I'm saying? And the philosophies and religions they got in their heads, Most High can't have that. So you got to be right. Then you become precious. Right. Go ahead, Up.
Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Most High of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people.
See what the Most High said? See? See the day of his fierce anger, what he's going to do? And it shall be as a chased roe. Every man's going to flee back to their own country, because a melting pot like America, the Most High is not for that. It's not for nations all coming together in one particular society and then call it a melting pot or a rainbow coalition, whatever they call it. Understand? The Most High was never for this. So he's going to have all nations, everybody go back to where they came from. You know what I'm saying? Go back to your house, go back to your home, your country. You know what I'm saying? You Chinese, go back. Koreans, go back. Europeans, go back. Everybody go back to where they came from. Israel, you going back to where you came from. Okay? Go ahead, Up.
They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own
Right.
land.
The destruction is going to be so great, people are going to get the hell out of here and go back to their country. Right? People are moving out now.
Gun.
They're getting out of here now. Especially people that pretty much know, they see things, something ain't right here. They see things changing, they see different things happening. Understand? They see the instability of the government. They know destruction's on its way. They're getting out here and they're going back to their own land. They come here, they work for a while, make some money, take the money and go back. So they see it. It's going to be like a chase road. You know, when a deer smells the enemy, it runs and it's fast. Get the hell out of Dodge, doesn't it? Okay, go ahead, up.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through,
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, put to death. Go ahead.
and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Join unto who? Huh? Join unto the Antichrist movement. Join unto the ways of the devil, the ways of this society, this philosophy, the mark of the beast. Join unto them. Right? Shall fall by the sword. Because it's only temporary. It's temporal. You selling out for a temporary position, eventually you're going to fall. It's only for a matter. It's only for matter of time. And you know the tribulation period is like about 7 years. Great tribulation about 3 years. That's it, and it's over. You sold out for that. You're gonna be put to death for that. For something temporary. Go ahead, up.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
Their children also. See? Their children shall be dashed to pieces before your eyes. Go ahead.
Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
See, their wives ravished. How about that? Yeah, their wives are going to be ravished too. Not that you're going to be doing that, but because of the chaos and the chaotic nature in society, what's going to happen at that time? People are going to be raping women, ravishing women, understand? Everything's going to be happening. Not that you're going to do that. No, you're not going to do that. But out there in the world, they're going to be doing that. Because of the chaotic nature of what's going to happen. And the fear, understand? The confusion that's going on, that's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a precept. It's 2 Ezra 15 and 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation.
The great tribulation, right. How about that? See, the tribulation period. And all the confusion is going to be rape, robbery, and murder. That's what happens. Okay, go ahead, up.
15 and 19.
Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Okay, now go down to, let's go down to 19.
Verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
See, now it said Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, right? You had ancient Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. Okay, go ahead.
The beauty of the Chaldees.
The beauty of the Chaldees. That was like the nobles of the Babylonians. The Chaldeans, those were like the great politicians, let's say today. All right? The glory of the Chaldees. Okay, go ahead, up.
Excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right. How about that? Now think about that. Now what you got to think about is, how did the Most High destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? How did he destroy it?
Fire and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone. Now, you go back in history and you read, was ancient Babylon destroyed by fire and brimstone? No, it was not. It was not destroyed by fire and brimstone. So it wasn't destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah, was it? No. Not ancient Babylon. So what Babylon is this talking about?
This one.
It's got to be talking about America.
This one.
It's got to be talking, because ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. Actually, how did the Medes get into Babylon?
They came to the waterway.
Yeah, they came through the waterways. They pretty much snuck in. The gates were wide open. All right, the Babylonian nobles and leaders were partying and everything. Partying, didn't know the Medes were already inside the city. Actually, there was no warfare. How the Medes got in. You understand? There was no warfare. So it wasn't destroyed like Sodom, how the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Not that Babylon. So it can only be talk about another future date Babylon the Great. And since it never happened in history, of Babylon being destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah, so it didn't even happen yet. It's going to happen. That's America. It's going to happen. Yeah. The prophecy. That's how you know that this is talking about America too. You understand? The Most High gives you that clue right there in that scripture. All right? And then you got to read the history of ancient Babylon, how was it destroyed? Well, since it wasn't destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah, it's talking about something else. Okay? And that's how you understand. Okay? Common sense. See? Get Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, who's that talking about? See? Here we go again. Understand? Virgin daughter. What's a virgin? A young maid. A woman that hasn't really been touched by a male. She's, right? Virgin, hasn't really been touched. So, well, when you read the scriptures, we know ancient Babylon, they've been conquered, right? They've been conquered, they've been touched, they've been conquered. So who's this talking about? You got to bring to date America.
Has never been conquered.
Never been conquered.
And it's
Never been conquered. America has never been lost war, never really lost any war since, you know, since the War of Independence and since they had that, never lost anything. Never lost.
the youngest nation.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a virgin.
So-called nation.
Yeah, so-called. Understand what I'm saying? It hasn't been conquered yet. Virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, go ahead up.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
See, daughter of the Chaldees. It's talking about somebody else, something else. It's not talking about that present Chaldees, what Isaiah is prophesying there. It's talking about a future date, a future Chaldean society. Understand? Go ahead up.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, see? They're not going to be called tender and delicate no more. Okay? Because why? A virgin is what? Tender and delicate. No more shall it be called that. Most High gonna do the deal. You know when a man gets a virgin, what he does? Yeah. So now Most High gonna come and do something. Yeah. You understand?
Business.
Yeah, take care of business, right? Go ahead up.
Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal.
Take the millstone, grind mill. Go ahead.
Uncover thy locks.
Go ahead.
Make bare the lead. Uncover the dye. Pass over the river.
See, now America, bring it up to date. America has to really now work for its so-called empire, its free so-called freedom. He has to sell out nations. All right? He has to bear himself, right, to keep everything intact, or try to do that. But now everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. Right? His currency, all that's falling apart. Nobody wants to use the dollar system anymore. It's all falling apart. Because the Most High is saying, uncover thy locks. Right? The leg is being bare. The leg, you know what I'm saying? With a virgin is supposed to be what? Covered up. Right? Wear the veil. You know? But now, all of a sudden, the Most High is revealing skirts. See? Revealing how America really looks to the other nation. That's why the nation's saying great Satan. At one time, they didn't realize it was a great Satan, but now it's all being uncovered. You're the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You're nothing now. Yeah.
Reveal the ugliness.
Reveal the ugliness, right. It's coming out.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're talking about the currency. So most people, I guess, are previous what's going on with Trump in North Korea. So when you look at TV, you see all these Edomites. Yeah, put pressure on China. Man, you owe China trillions of dollars. China ain't gonna do nothing.
Nothing.
You what you
Right.
talking about?
That's all politics.
You know
That's
what I
all
mean?
that is.
He
Politics.
sort of want to make it look like
Right.
he can just do anything.
Anything. Right.
But
It's
all the
politics.
nations are fed up with
Yes,
this.
they're fed up with it. Right. Okay. Very good. Go ahead, up.
Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
See? So his nakedness, the society, their nakedness would be uncovered. So all the evil, the witchcraft you see in Hollywood, what they do, you see what the politicians do behind closed doors, all that's being uncovered now. It's all coming out to light.
On their
The
agenda.
nations are seeing it. That America isn't a great white hope that everybody thought it was, right? It's not that no more. It's dirty, it's foul, it's evil, and it's wicked. That's what they're seeing now. All the nations are seeing.
On their agendas.
Okay?
They
They're
say
seeing all
Joe
their agendas.
Biden is a pedophile.
Yeah,
What's the
pedophile.
president? Vice president?
Right.
What's his name?
Okay? Go ahead up. 4 first. But Yahushua, hold on. Yahushua did say he will not meet them as a man. See? So how is Yahushua going to meet them if he's not going to meet them as a man? How is he going to meet them? The spiritual power. A man with spiritual power. Different. All right? A man with spiritual power. And you got to meet them like that because why? They have spiritual power on the left-hand side too. They have spiritual power. White man in these nations, they're going to have spiritual power. Especially when the Antichrist and the false prophet, they come together, they're going to be given spiritual power through Satan. All right? Through the beast, through Satan, they're going to have spiritual power. That's how they're going to deal with Israel, with spiritual power. That's why you got to make sure that you're in Yahushua, because Yahushua is the only thing that's going to protect you from that spirit, from that negative power, that spiritual power they have, that witchcraft, evil power they have. They coming against you with that. They do it now anyway. You know, crack is nothing but something that came out of the demonic world. AIDS is something that came out of the demonic world. You know what I'm saying? And so on, and all the different diseases and everything, all came out of the demonic world. They all go to Satan for those ideas to destroy you with. See? The abortion thing, something that came out of the demonic world.
Wow.
Yeah, and so on and so forth. So all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead, up.
Verse 4. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
See, it always comes back, our Redeemer. See? Because when you read the scripture, you say, okay, where's our hope now? Then the Most High said, no, but you have a Redeemer. That's the Mashiach Yahushua. See? Go ahead, up.
Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
See? So now Esau being called initially Lady of Kingdoms, the great America, see? Great United States. Most I said, now you're going to fall into darkness. No more. That's why Trump is saying what? Let's make America great again. Let's do it, man. Let's put the niggers in slavery. Get the Mexicans out of here. Let's build a wall. Get them out. The Muslims, go back. Get them out of here. You Africans, go back. You smell anyway. That's what he said. You know? All you like is sex, and he said something like that. Yeah? You're lazy, you don't want to work. Get them out of here. Get them all out. Let's make America great again. He's saying to the elite, let's go back to what we had when we had the niggers in slavery, and we were over them. That's what he's saying. Those are all code words. Let's go back to the days of slavery, how we had full control. Because Trump see it too. He see things are getting out of hand. They're losing power. He see that. And then when they talk about all these immigrants coming in, they see that they're like a minority now. So Trump is saying, let's do something about this, man. Okay? And I can't do it alone. Come on, Republican, elite, come on. I can't do this thing alone. But they put him in office. But they have everything now pretty much set up. Pretty much set up for their new world order to come in. They know what Trump is in. They set him up. They know what he's saying. And they're listening to him, so they got everything set. Just a matter of time. So that's why you got to get prepared. Right?
If you notice, I believe it was about a year ago when Trump, I forget where he was, but he was talking about the MS-13 gang. But he basically said, he was at some police academy or something, and he said, rough them up, right? Okay, right, kind of. But if you notice, ever since he made that statement, police brutality's been going off,
right?
Yeah. Ever since he said that.
Rough them up a little.
Real quick.
Yeah, he also said that immigrants are not people.
Yeah, they're not people.
Animals.
Unbelievable, ain't it? Yes. And they put this man in office. All right. How about that? Go ahead, I'll read up to 6.
Verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy.
They didn't show you no mercy, right? Remember that. See, how people want to show the enemy mercy all the time and forgive them, you know? You forgive them for what? They didn't show you no mercy. It said none, zilch, no mercy. If white people do show you any kind of help or whatever, it's because the Most High said, I will cause thy enemies to entreat thee well in the time of your captivity. But other than that, it's no mercy. And that's from the Most High. If the white man want to help black folk, it's the Most High that's causing them to do it. To give us a little something in this society. Understand? But now, it's going to be where they're going to start to take it all back. The food stamp, they take them back. Yeah, we already started. You got care packages. Trump already sent care packages to people.
Take that box.
Yeah.
Hold that.
What's in that box?
Garbage.
It's garbage. You know they poisoned it, so it's garbage. They've already started. And your food stamp is starting to lessen that. Your disability is going less. Your public assistance less and less and less until it's going to say zilch. Then what are you going to do? See? Then you got to return back to the Most High. Okay, go ahead, up.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, see? They laid their yoke upon the ancient men of Israel. The ancient, all right? We're all ancient. We all come from, Israel. Yasha'Allah, Israel. We're all ancient. Verily heavily laid thy yoke. Okay? We are those people coming back. Okay? Get Revelation 18. Let's get 18, 1 and 2. Maybe 1 to 4. Just to give you an idea of what this is talking about. Go ahead, Al.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, see? So it said, Babylon the great is fallen, Now ancient Babylon, this is in Revelation. This is in, when did John write, pretty much start to write Revelation? This is about, after 70 AD, about 96, 95, 96 AD.
Yeah.
So where was ancient Babylon then? Gone, right? It was already just destroyed. So what is he talking about? A future prophecy, right? Understand? That's America. But if you notice, it says, Babylon the great is fallen. See, it's fallen. It's like present tense. Babylon the Great's been fallen for a long time. Because it started way back there during the Greco-Roman Empire, and you bring it all the way up to date. Understand? Bring it all up to date. It's fallen. Even during the time of Yahushua, it was fallen then. This is what he was letting the disciples know, it's falling in. Okay? Go ahead, Up.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
See, all the nations have drunk of the wine of her fornication. See, the New World Order, all nations have drunk of it. The globalism, all nations have drunk of it. The wine of her fornication. Wine means what? Yes. Yeah, they're philosophies now today. They've all taken up that drink. They're all taking a little bit of that drink. They're drunk. Understand? They're drunk of what? The globalism, the philosophy of that, the New World Order, the philosophy of that. They know it's evil. Other nations know it's evil, but because they're getting rich off it, understand the power of it, they're drunk with the wine of fornication. See? Okay, go ahead, Up.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
See? Kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So the kings of the earth are complacent. All right? They're the ones involved in this whole thing too. Right? All the nations are involved in this. Okay, go ahead, Up.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
See? They're waxing rich. We're not talking about, a little bit of money. We're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars. Merchants of the earth are waxed rich. Trade. Okay, yeah. In trade, commerce and trade. Wax rich. That's why the stock market is up. The stock market is high as it's ever been. Never been that high. Understand? Okay, go ahead, Up.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
See? Come out of her before it's too late. This is what, like the Most High is saying, before it's too late, come out of her, my people. Okay? So John is seeing this vision. And he's saying, look, he heard another voice saying, the angel was saying, come out, Israel, come out of her. Right? You got all these people about to celebrate Memorial Day and so forth. They're going to go traveling. And it was, you're going to have that. They were at my job saying, look, man, come on. Let's come to my barbecue. I said, no. I'm not going. It's going to be girls. Girls and girls. No. Understand? Come out of her. So we can't, we can't just come out of her physically right now. But mentally, you can.
Don't partake.
Yeah, don't partake. Then, of course, eventually, physically, Yahushua going to pull us out. Okay, go ahead, Up.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That you be not partakers of her sins. Right? See, there you go. Right? How did the Most High take Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah? Redeemed them, pulled them out. That he was not going to be partakers of her sins. And the punishment that was going to come on Sodom and Gomorrah pulled them out. Do you understand? So today the Most High going to do the same thing like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. He's going to pull the righteous ones out. Still destroy America. He's not going to save America because you're here. He's going to pull you out of here, then destroy it. Because America needs to be destroyed. Because it's modern day Sodom and Gomorrah too. Right? It needs to be destroyed. All right? So it's better to pull the righteous ones out than destroy it. Okay? Okay, go ahead, Up.
And that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
See? So you don't receive her plagues. Okay? And of course, the main plague, that destruction is coming. Right? So it says what? Come out of her. See? That you don't receive the plagues, come out of her. So we're talking about spiritually, and then ultimately it's going to be physical. See? Because the plagues is coming, the ones of our people don't come out of her spiritually and physically eventually. And of course, when the plagues do come, they're going to be in with the plagues. So when the fire and brimstone come, they're going to be caught up in it. Okay, go ahead, Up.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Right, see? Double according to her works. See? So they're going to get double. Ultimately, they're going to get double. All right? And America will get double according to her works. See? So, I mean, you don't read in history. I mean, the only nation, the only place that when you read that came close to what's going to happen to America is like Sodom and Gomorrah. Where the fire and brimstone came out of heavens. Yeah. But America's going to be on a much higher level than that. And there is no more Sodom and Gomorrah. Those 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah and the other cities, there is no more. All laid waste. We've been there. We've been there. Okay? Over there in Israel, we've been there. So there's nothing there. You can still see some of the remnants of the destruction there. And when you look on the ground, you can still see the powdery dust of the destruction. Understand? So that's the only one that I see that comes close to what's going to happen. Because the Most High going to bring it out to heavens. Those meteorites, and that's what we did with Sodom and Gomorrah. We brought it out to heavens. Fire and brimstone. All right? All right, so, and get, now, get Nahum 3:1. And who can read Revelation 11:8? You want to read it out? Okay, Revelation 11:8, then get Nahum. Read that first. Revelation 11:8, right.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom.
How about that? See?
Where also our Lord was crucified.
No, hold on. Their dead bodies shall lie in the street, which is spiritually called Sodom. First of all, the dead bodies is talking about who? It's actually talking about the 2 anointed ones. Okay? The 2 anointed ones, the Most High are going to choose in the last, during the tribulation period. They're going to have power like Elijah, like Moses. They're going to have that type of power, spiritual power. And these 2 anointed ones, they're going to prophesy. They're going to prophesy about the coming destruction. The Most High chose them. All right? And they're going to reveal them, you know, the Most High going to reveal them who they are very soon. And they're going to start prophesying. Mainly in Israel. They're going to prophesy. Right? And they're going to prophesy concerning the destruction that's coming. But what's going to happen is the Antichrist, when he arrives, he's going to destroy these 2 anointed ones, these 2 prophets. He's going to kill them. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets, okay, of that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom. But also, on another level, the 2 anointed ones is who? Israel too. Judah and Israel. And your dead body lie here. Lie where? In America. You're dead by, in other words, you're spiritually dead. That's what it means. Okay. Some of us are physically dead, but spiritually dead. Remember, said you're the dry bones in the valley. You're spiritually dead, and your bodies lie in this street, this great city called America. All right, but also it's talking about in Israel, also. Okay, another level talking about Israel. There's 2 anointed ones. When you read from Revelation 11:1 on down, from the 2 anointed ones, the Antichrist is going to kill them. Just like they're killing you in the streets of America. But their dead bodies are going to lie in the street for 3 days and a half. Then they're going to be resurrected. Because they're not going to be buried either. Just like your dead bodies are here, you're mentally dead, who buries you? Because you're still alive, but you're dead. Because you don't know your nationality, you don't know who you are, you don't know who the Most High, Yahushua, you don't know nothing. So it's like you're dead. Scripture says when Yahushua was crucified, died on the cross, we died as a nation. That's what Scripture says. Understand? So spiritually, your dead bodies lie in the street. And it said it's spiritually called Sodom. Why is America called Sodom? America Sodom too, isn't it? Because of what?
abomination.
Too
much
Homosexuality, the homo agenda, homosexual agenda. Read that literature, the homosexual agenda.
And that's something.
Oh, they had a planned agenda. It's been since like the 50s or 60s to push homosexuality in every facet of life. That's why Atlanta's damn near Boys Town. San Francisco, Boys Town. New York is Boys Town too. Everywhere you go, the Me Too movement, all that, faggotism, homosexuality. That's why it's called Sodom. It's everywhere. Lesbianism, homosexuality, lesbianism, transgender. Finished. What the hell are you going to do with a man that took all his organs off and changed it to a woman's organs? What's the Most High going to do with that? Nothing. You destroyed yourself. You didn't even have the Most High destroy it. You did it yourself. The Most High going to complete it. He's going to complete the destruction, but you did it yourself. What can the Most High do with that? So all these transgenders and so forth, transsexuals, you know they're finished. They're finished. They're through. Nothing the Most High can do with a foul spirit. Nothing he can do with that. He got to put you to death and bring you back in reincarnation. Maybe you'll change by that time. You don't change it, you be put to death again. That's all. Yeah.
And you notice in any of Trump's making America great speeches, that's the one thing he never talks again.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Okay. Very well. Yeah.
And it's so wicked today that back in the old Sodom, they were cutting off your genitals and stuff. But now they put in like chemicals in the children food.
Yeah.
Or in their medicine.
To make them so-called gay. Make them feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah. A black dude, a black scientist brought it out.
Yeah.
He found that they were putting that in frogs. Next thing you know, the male frogs are like acting like women.
Yeah.
It was a study done. And this black, I forget his name, it's a black scientist. And he brought it all out. So you know they're putting it in your food. If they're going to put it in a damn frog, they're going to put it in your food. Next thing you know, here you are, nothing but 8, 9, 10 years old, walking around feminine. Want to put on women's clothes. How'd that happen? They've been doing it for years, brother. Demoralize you. Take your manhood from you. That's why in slavery, had you in slavery, the master, even a bunch of homosexuals. And you couldn't do nothing about it. Or they would kill you, so next thing you know, you go in the master's house, a man, and come out what? Stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's real. Yeah, see? So, America spiritually called Sodom. What else, brother, now?
And Egypt.
And Egypt. Uh-oh. America's called Sodom. It's called Babylon the Great. It's called Egypt. It's called Sodom. Why Egypt?
House of bondage.
Yeah, the house of bondage. They told you that. Get Deuteronomy 28:68 real quick. Real quick.
Even before I was in the truth, I used to wonder why was the pyramid on the dollar.
Yeah.
I used to wonder that. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Representing Egypt. And the all-seeing eye and so forth. Representing Egypt. Read that. 28:68 Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. See? Thou shalt see it no more again. How about that? See? With ships. How did we go into Egypt the first time? Walk there. So ships weren't involved. So somebody reading this got to say, wait a minute, something ain't right. I got to investigate this scripture. Something is not right. I don't know what's wrong with the people in churches. I don't understand them. You go over these scriptures, but I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well, you taking
I
that
said
out
they're
of
blind,
context.
yes.
That's all they say.
Yeah.
That's all they say.
You've got the context, right?
Right? But it said Egypt again. See, it said Egypt again. Somebody get Hosea 8:13 real quick.
You gotta stop talking out. Raise your hand.
Yeah.
You could be chosen.
But read that part again, brother.
And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Yeah, that's okay, with ships. So Egypt is a word, a Greek word that represents bondage, the house of bondage. Again, understand? With ships. He's not going to bring you into Egypt, the old Egypt, when we walked into Egypt, when Jacob and the 70 souls walked into Egypt, right? But this other Egypt, a future Egypt, is going to be with ships. See? And we know, when you read the history of the transatlantic slave trade, it was the good ship Jesus. Understand? It was those ships. All right? Slavery ships.
And even when we went into Babylon back then, we didn't even go in ships. We walked down.
We walked down it. Okay, come.
Sister, we have an order in
Yeah.
these.
But it's that word Egypt,
Right.
okay, which the Bible Most High has shown us that represents also America. Because you're not going to find the word America in the Bible. So this is how you would get it. That you have to understand what the scripture is saying. You have to break it down. That's not talking about ancient Egypt, that's talking about a future Egypt. And we as a people, the Hebrews, we're going to go into Egypt again with ships. So you got to do some deductive reasoning there. So what is that? That's talking about America. Because the only people that came in slavery were the so-called blacks, Negroes, right? So wait a minute, they must be the Hebrews. And that's how you break it down. Understand? Because no other nation went into slavery on the level that the Hebrews, our people, did in ships. No other nation. Okay? Yeah, other nations went into slavery, but not on that level. Not the transatlantic slave trade, not on that level. Okay? All right? And then it said, brother, let's finish it.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Yeah, see, it's slavery. See? So when you deduct all the rational, you know what I'm saying, principles and verses and scriptures and go into it and go into history and so forth, and the only thing you can conclude is that that's talking about the so-called black man. They're the Hebrews that came to slavery with ships. Nobody else. Okay? So it's talking about Egypt, it's talking about America. So when you go back to Revelation 11 and 8, when it says spiritually called Egypt, it's talking about America too. All right? It's talking about America. Think about it. It's talking about America. Understand? And then when you read Hosea 8 and 13, who got that? Okay, read it.
Hosea chapter 8 verse 13. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings and eat it.
Yeah, that means you would sacrifice your children to idol gods. So you would take your babies and sacrifice them on the altar to idol gods. All people do some wicked stuff. How do they do it now? They do it today too. You see all these young men getting shot up by the police? Some of those are sacrifices. Those are sacrifices to Satan, a lot of them. All right? A lot of them. And then their parents, whatever, sell out to a Masonic order or whatever. And then to move up and then high up in the rank in the Masonic order, they get their children shot up and killed, whatever. Sacrifice. Same difference. Real quick.
Can abortion be?
Yeah, abortion is too. Come on. All right? But you do abortion willingly. You don't. Nobody has to say you have to do that. All people just do it willingly anyway. I don't want no baby now. I've got my career going.
Not for him.
Yeah, they do it willingly, but it's still the same difference. A sacrifice. All right. So go ahead, up.
But the Most High accepteth them not. Now will he remember their iniquity.
And Most High don't even accept those sacrifices. See? So who are you sacrificing your children to? It's Satan. Those are satanic sacrifices. All right? A lot of them Hollywood actors got to do it. Those satanic sacrifices, understand? So it's still happening, but on a different level. Okay? Go ahead, up.
And visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt.
Where they going to return?
To Egypt.
Here you are. You're in America. You shall return to Egypt. So just showing you out of the Bible that America is Egypt, and considered Egypt also in the Bible. All right, just a second Egypt. And then I want you to read this up. You see that precept in there? Let's read it from there. This is in Hosea too, but it's only in this Bible. All right, you ain't gonna find it in most Bibles. But this is what it says in the precept. What Egypt is. See it? Yeah. Read it. What it says.
Not into Egypt itself.
Not into Egypt itself.
But into another bondage.
Into another what?
Another bondage.
Another what?
Bondage.
Another bondage.
As bad as that.
As bad as that. See? Even they know Egypt is a word that means bondage. And they know the Hebrews weren't going into Egypt itself again, but into another bondage. All right? And America is pretty much the greatest bondage as the Hebrews, as our people, ever were in history. Okay? This is the greatest one. All right?
What kind of Bible is that?
This is the Bible, but you can't get these Bibles no more. We used to have them way back years ago. There used to be a Jehovah's Witness used to make these, but they don't make them no more. Once they realized we were using them, they stopped making them. No, it's true. I used to get these all the time order it from them and everything. And one came up to me on Fulton Hoyt, where y'all teach at. Said, that looks kind of familiar. I said, where you get that Bible from? I said, I ordered it. He said, that's one of our Bibles. Yeah. And then sure enough, not too long after that, I couldn't order them more. They stopped making them. So this one I saved from all those years ago. I'm talking about going back 25 years. I just saved it. But you see it's starting to go itself. But, I had many of these, but they don't make them no more. So, but you can still get good King James Version 1611 Bible with good precepts. All right, you can still get them.
Did y'all ever seen the Living Bible?
Yeah.
With the precepts, it's much different.
Yeah.
Than but it's better.
It's
like,
better.
For example, the Job 30:30, it says, "My skin is dark, but not because of sunburn."
How about that?
There's another one, I think it's Ezekiel 35:5, where it says the Most High hated Esau. I mean, it goes in. It really goes in.
So that's why some of those Bibles you get for the precepts, and to prove, when you're speaking and stuff, and to prove your point, you use those Bibles for your precepts. But always, of course, you're going to use the King James 1611. But for precept purposes, some of those Bibles, like he's saying, have good precepts, man. And you get it just for that, to prove your point. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that precept, that verse again?
It wasn't a verse, it was in the precepts. The precepts in the middle of the chapter, in the middle. Yeah, you're not gonna have it in your Bible.
What was it? Hosea?
It was in Hosea. It's in Hosea.
Hosea 8.
Yeah.
Hosea 8:13.
Yeah. All right. So. Okay. So now, that was it on that. One more scripture, Nahum 3:1. I told her, who got that? Did you get it? In Nahum 3:1.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies.
See? Yes. Now we're going to bring it up to date again. Woe to the bloody city. It's all full of lies. Isn't America bloody? Yeah. Bloody city. Bloody. So all it deals with is blood. So all it deals with is blood. Woe to the bloody city. Go ahead up.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
Full of lies and robbery. That's what it's all worth. Nothing but lies and robbery. Go ahead up.
The prey departeth not.
See? And the prey departeth not. All right? People are preyed on every day. Israel, you're preyed on every day. In one shape, form, or fashion, every day you're being preyed upon. All right? All right? If it's not for your money to rob you, or it's not to try to clone you, or steal your organs, or some fashion to kill you as a sacrifice, you're being preyed upon every day in some shape, form, or fashion. Every single day. All right? Go ahead up.
The noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels.
See? Of a whip, the rattling of the wheels. Where you get rattling wheels from? Huh?
Chariots.
Yeah, chariots.
I get
Name me a modern day chariot.
police car.
Cars.
A car, an automobile.
Okay.
The rattling of the wheels. You hear the screeching of the noise when they stop, and you know what I'm saying? In traffic, all you hear is the rattling of the wheels, noise of the cars moving. See, future prophecy. All right. Yeah, in ancient time they had their horse-driven chariots. Yeah. But now today, what is it? The automobiles. The modern-day chariot. All right. Airplane, another chariot, modern-day chariot. A train, another modern-day chariot. You understand? Go ahead, huh?
And of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots.
See? Jumping chariot. Prancing horse. Jumping chariots. What is that? Huh?
Could be helicopters or things.
Yeah, helicopters, airplanes, jumping chariots. You got to remember what Nahum is looking at here. He never seen nothing like an airplane during his time. He's singing all this in visions. Mosiah showed him, so he don't know what the hell is that? He got wings? What the hell is that? So he got to write it down and put it into words that, you know, that you can understand. So that's the best word he could find. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. That's the best way he could describe it. Jumping chariots. See? A helicopter goes up and down. You know what I'm saying? It goes up and so that's what he. That's how the best way he could describe what it looked like to him. Okay, go ahead, up.
The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and a glittering spear.
Yeah, see? Who are the modern day horsemen now?
Police.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Police.
Police,
Soldiers.
soldiers,
Okay.
people on the street with guns. All, you know what I'm saying? Lift up a glittering sword. The modern day sword is what? Gun. And they kill them. See? Full of blood, right? Did it say full of blood? Isn't it every day somebody's being shot somewhere? Somebody's being killed somewhere. Right? You just don't hear statistics, but it's out there. And we're talking about hundreds. We're not talking about 1, 2 here, 3 there. It's hundreds. Every day. Yeah, go ahead.
Could you connect that to the one we just read, Revelation 11:8?
Yeah, yeah. You could. Come on. Go ahead, up.
And there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
There's not going to be no end of it. See? Until Mosiah destroy America, there's not going to be an end. It's going to increase. It's going to increase. See, the prophecy continues. So you're talking about, and this is Nahum. Where is Nahum prophesying here?
I don't believe in Babylon.
No, what empire is ruling at this time?
They put it on the
The Assyrian Empire. This is Nineveh, Nineveh, the Assyrian Empire. So he's prophesying during that time, and all these different things are happening during that time. But, of course, we know even Assyria, that's another word that can be used for America too. Because in this prophecy, he's talking about America, even though he's prophesying during the Assyrian Empire. Come?
Come.
Okay? This is Nineveh. All right? So the same thing that happened back then, you bring it to date, it's in America too. Okay, go ahead, up.
They stumble upon their corpses.
They stumble, don't you stumble upon corpses today? Yeah. People find corpses everywhere. In garbage cans, in houses. You know, you're walking in a park, they go a corpse.
Body parts.
Or body part, right? It's what's left of a corpse. There you go. Go ahead, up.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Ah, see? Now we're talking about, we'll come to bring it to date now, the well-favored harlot. Who's the well-favored harlot? Okay. But now take it a little bit further. The Roman Catholic, the whoredoms, the Roman Catholic Church. Which of course America is one of its main countries, okay, the Roman Catholic Church, all right, the hoarders, all right, because if you're going to be a country that's going to get wealth and so forth, you've got to sell out to the Roman Catholic Church. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to, all right, the well-favored harlot, and you got to take on its religion, its religious practices. You have to take it on. Now, America pushes it, though. America pushes it through its military might. The military might of the Roman Catholic Church is pretty much the American military. The CIA and the British military, MI6, the Israeli military, the Israeli Mossad. Okay? That's the Roman Catholic Church armed forces. And then you got the other militaries. Remember, it's a new world order. So they got all the militaries under them. They run this world, right? Tell the Mossad take them out of the way. So that's the well-favored harlot. The whore that sitteth upon many waters. Roman Catholic Church. Okay, go ahead up.
The mistress of witchcraft.
See? The Roman Catholic Church, the mistress of witchcraft. And of course, America pushes it. That's why to be president, what's the first thing they do? They have you go to, once you won the convention, the Republican convention or the Democratic convention, you go to a luncheon with who? The popes. Go to a luncheon with the pope or the bishops, the cardinals of America, whatever, or New York, whatever. You go to a luncheon with them. They're going to tie you right in. And what they're telling you, the president's in private. Do what we say, you'll be okay. Okay? Do what we say, you'll be okay. Don't do what we say, and you'll be out. Okay? They take you out in a minute. Okay? They've been taking presidents out for a long time. Okay? Most of these presidents you think died of natural causes and stuff. Read the history. They've been poisoned, understand, and so on and so forth. You know, I'm talking about since the inception of America. The so-called United States, when they started having presidents, read how some of them got put to death. All right? Roman Catholic Church involved in all that. Okay, go ahead up.
That selleth nations through her whoredom.
See, selleth nations through her whoredoms. So like a whore, it buys nations, or gets nations to buy into her. That's a whore. And America just practices what the Roman Catholic Church tells it to do. So that's why you want your country to be okay, then you gotta sell out to America. They're gonna boost your economy now. They're gonna boost your economy, your politics. They're gonna boost everything up. But you gotta buy into it. You gotta buy into the homosexuality, the so-called democracy. Understand their philosophy. You gotta buy into it. Then they boost it. But if you say no to that, what's going to happen to your country? You're going to be like Gaddafi. You're going to be like Saddam. You're going to be like Manuel Noriega. You're going to make the rest of them. They're going to take you out. And they will take you out, yeah.
And that I was watching TV yesterday and this morning as well. And that's what they're talking about with North Korea.
Yeah.
So the concerns are, he's like, well, if I give you my nukes, I'm vulnerable. You can kill me.
Exactly.
So Trump is like, no, we'll give you aid and we'll do this and we'll do that.
You know,
but you know he's lying.
Yeah. Well, you know, the so-called Illuminati has about 3 countries they need to sell out. I think Iran is one. They need 3 more. They got the rest of the whole earth. They need about 3 more. Iran, Russia, and I think North Korea. So now they're trying to play that game with North Korea. All right. How could Trump, one hand, was calling Kim Jong, whatever his name is, the president of North Korea, all kinds of names a few months ago. Now he's talking good things about North Korea. Understand? So it's a game with them. Understand? Just to get them. And they'll promise them this, they'll promise them that, but they want to get them because they're trying to further their New World Order agenda, but they got a few countries they haven't got totally yet. Okay? At first, it was the list was about 7. Libya was one of them, but they got Libya now. Cuba was the one, they got Cuba now. Remember,
Iraq.
Obama went into Cuba. They got Cuba. Iraq, yeah, they got Iraq now. Understand? So Syria, why do you think they bombed the hell out of Syria? Because they didn't have Syria. But I think they pretty much got Syria now. They bombed the hell out of it. See? So yeah. So I think North Korea was like one of the last ones, and Iran.
Iran.
Yeah. And I think Russia too. I don't see them ever getting Russia. I don't see them ever getting Russia. But still, but remember, Russia kicked the Rothschilds out of Russia.
Right, that's it.
They kicked them out.
Come on.
So, but but the Mossad musters the host of the battle. So we'll see what happens. Understand?
If you look
Yeah.
at the history, like you have a lot of the Amalek trying to come back. A lot of people might not know this, but a couple of years ago when Obama was in, there was a country, I think it might be Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
They had the war,
Yeah.
right? But what they don't tell you is a lot of the Jewish people are trying to move back
Yeah.
into that area and influence the politics, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So that's why the Russians is like, oh no.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
No,
But
exactly.
most people, they don't know the particulars. You just watch TV and you figure such and such is a bad guy and you just run with it.
Yeah. So let me finish here. So finish that up. So we can just finish.
And families through her witchcraft.
See, so they sell families through her witchcraft and horrors. Go ahead.
Behold, I am against thee.
Mosai's against thee. See? So Mosai's against the Roman Catholic Church, America, and all the influences of what the Roman Catholic Church does. So that means all these countries. The global, Mosai's against this whole society. All right? That's what I mean. When he says, I'm against it, he's against all of it. It's a global New World Order, so he's against all of it. All right? Go ahead, up.
Saith the Most High of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
There you go again. That's Isaiah 47, remember? I will discover thy skirts. It's going to begin to reveal the Roman Catholic Church, America, Britain, all of them. Go ahead, up.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness.
See, you're going to show the nations thy meaning their evil and their witchcraft and their sins. Because America builds itself as, a God-fearing country and God we trust. He's going to reveal them. But they're not that. Go ahead, up.
And the kingdoms thy shame.
See, and the kingdom's thy shame. Go ahead.
And I will cast abominable filth upon thee.
See, abominable filth. See? Because they're filthy. Right? The whole of every foul spirit is here. They're filthy, meaning they're dirty. Okay? They're talking about spiritually and physically. They're dirty. A faggot is dirty. It's a dirty spirit. So it's a demon. It's a dirty spirit. Understand? And everything else that go with this society is filth. Okay, go ahead, up.
And make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? His shall I seek comforters for thee.
Okay, so it's the same thing with America. So Most High said Nineveh is laid waste. So now you bring it up to date and you say, well, America is laid waste. Who's going to comfort her? It's finished. All right, it's finished. So with that, that's enough right there. So with that, we're going to end it. Shabbat Shalom. So Most High, I hope you got something out of that. All right.